Hey,
Sure it's gonna work.
just dropped my phone and we are live. That's what happens when you buy a $10 selfie stick. Well, screw the selfie stick. I can't figure it out. Maui. So we made it to Maui. I think I broke my phone. Let's flip it this way. I may have to restart. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my phone. All right, there we go. All right, well, we did make it to Maui, but I'm going to try the selfie stick one more time. Good, it gives you a few minutes to be on anyway, so. All right, so let's hopefully we get more. But emotion code. You know, gosh, we haven't had a trip like this in a while, right? A long time. I don't know. How many years was it? 4?
We were here 3 years ago.
3 years ago? All right, so it wasn't 4, 3. She always knows the time. I never know the time. Anyways, but it was for our anniversary, which is now again. So we're back to one of our favorite spots, and just to spin it around there for you. That's the Four Seasons. We're going to be bringing you some great videos this week from here, and just things to stay tuned for while I'm waiting for some of you to get on live. Is you know, I created a rage with the fish oil thing, and there was even a little battle online going on. So I'm going to talk more about that. I'm going to pull out some of the studies, and I've actually even read more. You know, and I'm going to be honest with you. The more I read, the more I think that, you know, we're poisoning ourselves with your fish oil. Stay tuned for probiotics. I think we're poisoning ourselves there too, along with unbalanced vitamin D, which I've done a show on. So stay tuned for more of those 180-degree solution topics, as I call them. So basically, take everything you hear in the media and do 180 degrees opposite. Somehow you hit it right every time. All right, so emotions. You know, we're believers and remove the interference and body do the healing. You know, Marilyn and I, we don't, it seems like everything that we do pill-wise in our life is about removing interference. You know, I mean, that's where our focus is. You know, we're just not believers in the need for more stuff. It's really getting rid of the stuff that's in us that's interfering with our body's healing. And, you know, we talk a lot about the chemical side of things. I did a detox, a brain phase, right before we came. And you're on one right now. Yeah, so we're believers there. However, I would say the last 2 years of our life, we've been probably detoxing more emotions than anything. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Longer. Well, for me, since we moved to Park City,
yeah,
immediately I knew the crisis caught up with me.
Yeah.
I could stop and see other things that
yeah,
needed to be dealt with that I really felt like I didn't have control over.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I put this in the title. I think that a lot of you still experiencing health problems despite doing all the perfect things. I mean, that's not all of you, it's some of you. You know, it's trapped emotions is actually what it is. And I wish I had the book here to show you. There's a good book on this. It's called The Emotion Code, and I will promote it just because I think it's a good book. And our son turned us on to it.
He did.
You know, we've watched his life and journey turn around. My 18-year-old Daniel, who most of you know. Matter of fact, I'll have him do an Instagram where he'll hold the book up and he'll talk a little bit about how it affected him. But, you know, no matter what, we all have trapped emotions from just being human. You know, we store emotions in our DNA, in our cells, just like we store toxins. And I'll tell you, you know, until you get rid of them, you know, I believe Jesus gets rid of them. I know. But however, you know, no doubt about it, he takes us through a deeper level of healing. And we just listened to a message this morning about that, right? It's like, no, you know, the cross, you know, look for the people around you, the things God brings you, to get rid of the things you're asking him to get rid of, right? It's not so simple. Oh yeah, I'm just going to depend on, you know.
Yes, thanks, Gina.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right, Gina. It's like, I'm not just going to depend on Jesus. I'm going to depend on all the things he brings me because he's answering my prayers. You know, and getting rid of trapped emotions is a big one. It really is. And I might, you know, we better keep it short. I'm going to build on this because I have Marilee. I only have 10% battery and I don't want to die. So we're going to build on this concept a little bit through the week. Stay tuned for some of those videos. I'll bring Marilee back. And by the way, in the meantime, on this video, tell me what you want to hear from her. You know, fit in 50, okay?
Almost.
Yeah, this year. I'm 52 this year, she's 50, but you know what? We're fit. And, you know, what do you want to hear from her?
I can thank Daniel for that, too.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll
post a picture of her coming out of the water this morning. Wait till you see the picture. I'm going to post that. No doubt about it. You should see her. But anyways, proud of her for
Thank
no
you.
doubt. But you know, this year I've seen just strides in who you are as a person, who God wants you to be, desires you to be, from getting rid of the emotions. Me too. I have her here, so I'm speaking of her. But let me tell you something. You know, anger, those things were trapped in my
We've
cells.
seen that in Daniel as well. I think that, so you all know that I've done EMDR, and I feel like I've gotten so much out of that. But it was Daniel working with this guy that does the emotion code that really, I mean, since November when he met him at your seminar, and I mean, honestly, it compelled me to do that next, because that is the stuff that God wants to just, he has to take it. We don't have control over it. We don't even know it's there.
Right.
It just causes our heart to become defensive or protected or offensive, or just really restricted in all that God has for us.
Yeah.
And I know I was just so frustrated that even with the EMDR that I was doing, I just knew that there were certain things that it was going to be only that God could deal with. But how did I know what it was? I really didn't. And ironically enough, at a certain level, you don't need to be able to identify it. You just have to have someone that can walk you through that process because they understand it. And so Daniel has, honestly, I even said to him, it's really watching you, knowing you so well, and watching what's changing in you, and that really, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait. And he kept saying, Mom, this is going to transform your life. This is going to transform even your relationship, the blocks that you have with Dad, just those certain things that are just there that you don't know how to deal with, or that you don't even know that they're issues that you are dealing with.
Yeah.
They're in the subconscious.
Yeah, you know, I had trapped anger, and it was from dyslexia as a child, which I knew that was one of my wounds. But, you know, this gentleman, Dr. Michael, you know, we hired him as a coach, right? This is an area that I felt like, man, he's better than I am. You know, I believe trapped emotions makes you sick. I believe how physical, emotional, and chemical all come together in a perfect storm and allow us not to be who we are. It makes disease, triggers autoimmune, turns on bad genes.
Absolutely.
You know, so I hired the best, and you know, basically my whole family I hired him for. And, you know, just a tremendous knowledge and trapped emotion. I mean, he was overwhelmed even by how much I had, you know, from all the way back in my childhood. And a lot of it even stemmed worthlessness from my mother. You know, in utero. I mean, just again, inherited through the DNA epigenetically.
Yeah, I had that one too, actually.
Yeah. So,
and then
angry. It sounds worse than it is, but it keeps you from getting wet.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was just going to say, when Simon was fasting and we were in New York, he was working on Simon. Daniel's like him. He's just a mad scientist in many ways. He's a hands-on learner. So he'll read, he'll learn, and he'll say, I can do that. And in fact, Daniel said, I just kept telling Jesus, I'm just going to trust you. You know my heart. You know what I'm trying to do here, but I may not know all the most effective ways of doing this. You lead me. And no kidding. I mean, even we came home to Simon and Daniel's relationship improving.
Yeah.
We came home to Simon being able to receive correction instead of just shutting us off at certain things. I mean, granted, there's more work to be done. It's not a magic pill by any means, but it really has changed a dynamic in our home.
Yeah.
And really, you know, we were gone for 5 days. We came back and we saw that detectable difference in them, in their relationship, and then of course, in, like I said, how I would say something to Simon, and instead of him rejecting it, he would agree with me. Like,
yeah, there was tell them about the book too that I read and you're reading. It's called Shepherding a Child's Heart.
Oh,
yeah.
No, it's not. But we did read that one.
Yeah, I did read that one. See, I got all the books in my head. She'll think of it in a minute. I actually interviewed this gentleman on Cell TV, and it was just a spectacular book that I read. And oh gosh, it's the something of the heart of the child, the heart.
I'll take igniting the greatness. Igniting greatness.
Igniting greatness.
I think
I'll take a picture of it and I'll post it.
Yes.
Okay, I'll take a picture of it and post it, because
Because I
we have
carry
the
it
book.
around with
Yeah,
me.
she carries it around with her. I won't tell you why. I'll get in
That's
trouble.
another story.
But anyway,
That's another story.
she'll
That's
tell you
another
why.
day.
She'll tell you why one day she just carries it around. Well, that's another day. But anyways,
I carry it
listen,
everywhere.
as a reminder, I'm going to run out of battery. So, but listen, I have her attention this week. So things you want to hear from Marilee this week, literally, please tell me. You know, because I'll make her talk about them. She is a wealth of knowledge. You know, really, she is. And my son and I were having a conversation the day we left, or maybe it was the day before, and we were saying, gosh, you know, mom is so smart. You know, it's like mom is so gifted. You know, mom is so this. But we were talking about it in light of the fact that she's getting rid of the trapped emotions and how we're just watching her blossom. You know?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, exactly. And so Daniel and I were both like, gosh, you know, she is a world changer. We cracked up because we're like, she's really better than both of us in so many ways and smarter than both of us in so many ways. And it really is true.
Well, you know, I think something I've been telling God for a long, long time, and he knows my heart, and I tell the world this. I just want to be the best version of myself that I can be, because then I feel confident that God can use me to his greatest potential for me. It's not me. But I don't think enough of us ask or remind God that we trust him at that level. And we all go through hard things. We all experience, you know, tragedy and loss and difficulty, and it's all relative to who we are individually.
Yeah.
But I really believe that the more that we can expect God to show up on our behalf and do what only he can do, he's going to get the testimony. It's his power at work within us. That's his promise. So that's something that I just really, that's probably what drives me the absolute most in my life.
Yeah, I second it. I second it. So listen, tell us what you want to see this week, but stay tuned for more on this fish oil thing, man. I tell you know, the science is behind me on this. I can't wait to bring more. I stirred the pot. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it because I want to bring truth. And probiotics, beware. Beware, beware, beware. You know, everyone's taking a fish oil, probiotic, vitamin D. I'll add one more, multivitamin. Gosh, that one's too easy, man. You still taking a multivitamin? Really? All right, well, ask me, you know, there is a better one that's extracted from natural fruits and vegetables. And again, the point isn't here is just to sell you product. Right? My point here is to educate you where a lot of the products are going bad, like probiotics and fish oil. So, but yeah, there we go. All right, we'll see you this week. Can't wait. And we will